Meghan Markle has not been having a good week. If you were to peek into Montecito right now, you would likely find her pacing the hallways with her phone in one hand and her legal pad in the other, trying to figure out how in the world everything changed so quickly. The royal website, which is a cold digital ledger of who is in and who is out, just delivered what may be one of the cruelest but most petty blows yet. Princess Lily disappeared from the official profiles and is still in the line of succession. This isn't the first time that Harry and Meghan's presence on the royal website has been tampered with. A while back, their profiles were abruptly removed from the front page and then reappeared a few minutes later as if it were an unintentional glitch. However, this time, something's different. It's been hours, and Elizabeth's page isn't just missing it. Yes, but her personal page was scrubbed, and Meghan is furious. Let's not act like the palace hasn't played games before. It appears to have been intentionally removed, and this is where things become heated. According to reports, Meghan thinks the birth certificate is the key to this. People haven't forgotten that strange twerking video she did while very pregnant. It attracted attention from everyone. Not because of the dance, but because the belly appeared unusually bouncy and fake. Add that to rumors that the birth certificate had a Colorado area code on it. Meghan's camp is allegedly claiming that she is being unfairly targeted, but behind the scenes, insiders are speculating that the royals may be demanding proof. Real proof, as in proper birth documentation. The palace is naturally remaining silent, which is a classic move, but don't be fooled, the pressure is coming from somewhere high up. Some say Prince William is behind it, quietly urging William is the next in line and not just Harry's brother, so he has every reason to demand answers. This isn't just about family drama anymore, it's about legitimacy, succession, and preventing the monarchy from being dragged into a mess of headlines that sound more like a Netflix drama than royal history. Meghan, on the other hand, isn't going down without a fight. There are rumors that she is threatening legal action over what she allegedly feels that the palace has no right to delete her daughter's profile since it is a step too far and constitutes public humiliation. But here's the real deal. Unlike Instagram biographies, royal titles are bestowed and revoked at the monarch's discretion. In theory, Charles might wake up tomorrow, take everything away from Harry, and then say, "You're just Henry now, no Duke, no HR, just Henry Mountbatten." Windsor. And Meghan is not exempt. What's worse for Meghan is that she seems to believe this is all retaliation for a variety of things you asked for. The Oprah interview, Netflix deal, and ludicrous PR campaign portraying her as a Hollywood saint. But the main focus is on the birth rumors. It has been reported that royal officials secretly desire the names of the doctors who gave birth to Archie and Lilette, which is typical for royal births. Observed it over many generations. Meghan has yet to supply any names, and the quiet is growing louder every day as 600 words are reached. Please let me know when you're prepared for Part 2 code. The names are displayed on an easel outside the palace in black and gold. AEC. The same issue has been raised by others who have been closely following this story. Why hasn't Meghan simply provided clarification? If everything was legal, why didn't she provide the birth certificates? Name the doctors and move on. But this is where things start to get really murky. When Archie was born, there was no official notice, no smiling photo op with a red blanket, no public easel outside the palace, just a heavily edited photo in a hallway with ambiguous statements about his birthplace and time. Now that list is involved, it's even more dubious because there is no hospital listed, no medical staff, just an announcement and a PR machine spinning. The idea that Meghan might not be the biological mother of the children is gaining traction at full speed. It sounds crazy, right? But the people promoting this theory aren't making this up. They're pointing to inconsistencies, like the Colorado address on Lilette's birth certificate. Why would someone born in California have a certificate pointing to Colorado? And why was that section listing Doria's mother, Meghan's grandmother, left as unknown? Clerical error. The story that Meghan utilized a surrogate begins to seem more credible when you combine it with the reports that she underwent a hysterectomy years ago, probably during her marriage to Trevor. While surrogacy isn't illegal, being a member of the royal family requires transparency and tight rules. The palace doesn't care if it's contentious as long as it's official. If the child isn't biologically linked to the royal bloodline, it calls into question the entire line of succession. And Meghan, despite her love of privacy, isn't exactly advancing her case by remaining silent. The irony is that Meghan used to brag about breaking tradition, being unique, and rewriting what it meant to be a royal. But you can't change biology or outmaneuver centuries of protocol by simply remaining silent and accusing everyone else of being racist or insane. People want answers. For once, the royal family appears to be subtly pressuring them as well, and based on insider reports, they are not giving in this time. Meanwhile, Prince Harry appears to be a man caught in headlights. He has made no public statements defending Meghan or providing clarification. Some claim he's sincerely sick of the circus, while others think he's trying to distance himself from a falsehood that's becoming too big to handle, because if it's discovered, there would be severe consequences, not only in terms of reputation, but also in terms of the Constitution, if they had never revealed that both children were born through surrogacy, particularly while posing as royalty. One of the most politically charged resources is the royal website, which appears to be a straightforward list of names and titles. Let vanishes from the site while remaining on the line of succession, because the palace only allows you to get a slot there if your status is undeniable. It is a warning shot that conveys the message: we're watching, fix this. And Meghan continues to act as though she thinks that public sympathy will protect her. She is doing amiable media appearances, presenting herself as a hands-on mother, wearing pastels and smiling softly, all the while ignoring the basic problem: where are the records? The monarchy depends on documents, regardless of how well curated the look is. Not feeling well, and Meghan's filing cabinet appears to be strangely empty at the moment. 600 words completed. Please let me know when you're prepared for Part 3 code. Behind the walls of their expansive estate, Meghan is reportedly rallying her legal team, public relations advisors, and any media allies who are still willing to fight for her, because she is convinced that this is more than just a website profile. To her, it's a personal matter. The pressure cooker in Monaceto is now whistling loudly. She is not entirely incorrect in her deliberate onslaught intended to destabilize, humiliate, and take away any regal recognition she still holds on to. Meghan doesn't seem to fully understand how much the monarchy cares about optics, supported by protocol, and everything must look pristine because behind the curtain it's frequently not. The removal of Liat's profile is symbolic, but in the royal world, symbols are everything. Meghan tried to play that game, half royal, half Hollywood, and it worked for some time. But now that the glitzy press tours have ended and public interest has changed, she is left with a story that is riddled with flaws and an increasing number of unanswered issues. Nowadays, consumers desire receipts more than fairy stories. The birth story is now crucial to understanding who gave birth, where the procedure was even vaguely customary, and above all, why such measures were taken to conceal it. British royal babies have always been born according to a picture taken outside the medical facility. Names are listed in official announcements, hospital information is archived and verifiable, but for Archie and Lily, we received a hazy phone call with some ambiguous location clues, and now Lily's trace is gradually being removed from the official family tree. There are also unsettling rumors about bloodlines, and Meghan's family history has become a contentious issue, not because of who she is, but because of what has been left out. Or these are not new topics, but they have been ignored, repackaged, or buried under PR distractions. While this tactic might have worked for a celebrity, it is a ticking bomb for someone with royal aspirations, and the monarchy is already pivoting. Charles has stayed. Rewritten reports about distant relatives, possible half-sibling marriages in her lineage, and odd blank spaces on genealogy records have only fueled the fire. Mostly quiet, but according to insiders, he's keeping an eye on everything. William, on the other hand, is apparently tired of the drama that seems to surround Meghan, not with her specifically, and is aware of how precarious the institution is at the moment. Every inch of legitimacy counts after Elizabeth, so if Meghan truly wants to maintain any credibility, pressure will continue to build behind the scenes until either she or Harry ultimately come clean. Enduring public goodwill, she will require more than carefully planned interviews and staged photo shoots. She will also require documentation proof and, possibly most importantly, transparency, because the longer this goes on, the more people assume that Elizabeth's profile was removed on purpose, as a warning that until the palace receives actual legal medical confirmation, she isn't getting a spot on the stage, and Harry's silence is nearly deafening. He once claimed that he left the royal family for privacy and protection, but what is happening now feels more like a man gradually retreating from a narrative he no longer believes in than a man protecting his wife. If he really wanted to end this, he could remove one picture, one signed affidavit, and one hospital name, but all that is left are staged smiles and constant noise from his dying side, and the palace will remain motionless and quiet until that silence is broken.